So, we're back at it again for the second match of the today. So, what we have here is going to be a VTuber match playing Desolation original. So, the same thing is applying for those who are here, but for those who are just now tuning in, welcome. Welcome to the Tamari CD Mentor Tournament. This is where we're going to be having teams duking it out each other just for achieving the highest point throughout the match and so forth. And we are in the playoffs. So we're switching from a round robin based type of system to a bracket system. So everyone is going to be in the winners quarterfinals. So this is the second match that's going to be occurring: VTubers versus OnlyFansFire. And the way it's going to work is this: whoever achieved the highest point on this map alone is going to be moving on to the winners bracket. As for the losers, going towards the loser bracket and so forth. And what we have here today is my good friend and caster.
That's me, Topwolf. Have to introduce myself. We're also, I believe there's going to be two scenarios today, correct? So we're going to be seeing two matches back to back.
Mm-hmm. It's just going to be the same thing as we applied before with the two matches. Scenario A and Scenario B. Scenario A is going to be having two Hans with 4 HP, which I'm very curious to see what's going to be happening with this team alone. Since the last team, only Fanfire, they've achieved some amazing moments, pushing them off the cliff, not dealing with any shenanigans. Really, just top-notch gameplay right there. So I'm wondering how the VTubers can be handling during that situation once it reaches that point. And as for scenario B is going to be dealing with a King Flesh Pound, 12 HP, 12 AP fake size. And because of it, each of the scenario have their own different objectives. It's still going to be the same scenario A, scenario B objective, but for them it's going to be different and so forth. So, speaking of which, right, the team itself, let's talk about who's going to be part of the lineup here. We have Ren, Coco, Melon, Shmisha, EtherealDoom, and Ray. And I'm not sure that's going to be their finalized classes, but it seems like EtherealDoom is going to be on the Sharp, Ray on the Gunslinger, Melon on the Support, Coco on the Gunslinger, Ren on the SWAT, and
Schisma Mando, I think it's the one you missed.
excuse me. Yeah, okay, yeah, excuse me on the
Yeah.
Commando. Okay, yeah. I was like, wait,
So,
is that is that I was looking at something, my bad.
looks like we have Ray and Coco back on their mains. If you recall, in the past few weeks, I believe Ray's been playing Sharp, and I don't know how many of the matches Coco's been playing in, but it looks like they're getting serious this week and playing their main perks. You know, Doom on his Sharp and the two Slingers. So it should be a pretty interesting match. I'm also curious to see how this Hans fight goes down because I really consider Hans to be the most dangerous boss in the game, besides maybe Matriarch. And so having to deal with two of them at once, if they're looking at running no medic here, which is how they're hovering their perks at the current moment, it could be really interesting. Hans can do a lot of damage really quickly, and it's really hard to keep up with it if you don't have a medic.
That's most definitely true. If they're deciding to do a no medic run, one of the potential medics, like quote unquote medic weapons they could use is having the support on the real one, whereas the 1-on-1 for filling spaces. Ray as a well, gunslingers itself can rock on the 1-on-1s. Sharp can rock on 1-on-1s. Pretty much anybody who has like a slot available can run any type of medic weapons in this game, especially the SWAT if they were to decide to keep the SWAT as part of the main roster.
Yeah, so one of the things that SWAT can actually do that makes it one of the better off-perk healers is that, what is that perk called? Rapid Assault, the Z time skill, level
Hmm.
25.
Yeah, on
Not
the
only lets
SWAT.
you fire infinitely without using ammo, but you can also fire medic darts without using any of your syringe charge. So during Z time, SWAT can become kind of a pseudo healer that can do some AoE healing. So it really comes in clutch when you're trying to go for these no medic bonus runs.
Very clutch indeed. It's we're not quite sure what they're going to be running for the main uh, roster yet, but I'm pretty sure they can be running a no medic run. Knowing this team has done in the past and based on their past performances, they've done no medic runs before, and they're no stranger to doing these type of tactics.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the nomadic meta kind of develop over the past couple weeks, but one of the significant rule changes this week is that you can no longer run two sharpshooters. So a
Hmm.
previous strategy was to sort of use the freeze grenades, which are incredibly strong, to cut down on the amount of dangerous spawns and how close they can get to you. And without being able to run that this week, the nomadic strategy could be significantly tighter, which should make things much more interesting.
But in the replacement of the sharp, since the freeze is like extremely powerful, a stun can also be applied for it. So I'm pretty sure the SWAT can actually just fill in for the sharp. Nice, nice, great AoE to control as a sharp, but because of the of rapid assault level 25 skill, it can actually be, just an off perk medic and actually be extremely beneficial, especially in some tight situation if the commander were to get some Z time going.
It looks like we'll also be seeing some of the first support gameplay of the tournament. I believe it's been played once or twice before by other teams, but I think it might see a whole lot more play now that we're restricted to only one sharp. And so it'll be
Hmm.
interesting to how teams choose to use support's unique capabilities. One of the things that support can do that not very many other perks in the game can do is stumble raging flesh pounds, which can be an excellent way to try to avoid damage by killing them while they're stumbling rather than hitting somebody, which is pretty necessary when you have a reduced healing count the way you do when you're not running a medic.
Exactly. Especially when during the kites, when you have one person trying to like control the whole situation and trying to like get someone off of a corner, stuff like that. A stumble is a guaranteed stumble if you were to run a concussion rounds. However, this does come with a cost. They have to understand that stumble can override freeze and EMPs and all the sort of stuff. So if they were to by any means kind of like correlate with each other, then it could spell trouble.
Yeah, so another thing support's really good at doing is have really high penetration values, which can work in your favor, especially against trash for clearing out heavy lanes. But
Hmm.
if you're not careful as a support player, you can rage multiple larges at the same time and make a completely controllable situation turn sour pretty quickly. So it takes a lot of tact to play.
Exactly. Depending on where they're laning, depending on like who they're like facing during the situation, it could make or break like the whole pace of the game. Especially during that time when the commando needs some extension and they accidentally like kill a
Yeah,
crucial Z.
it's pretty easy for support to historically support and Mandos laning together has been a pretty anti-synergistic combo. The support really likes to clear trash during Z time, and the Mando needs it. So
Exactly. So really what you do is you just place the support in a different lane so he has free range of like doing wherever he wants. But at the same time, we have to keep in mind that a support itself can handle larges with no problem, but at the same time, if they were to get extremely up close and they don't have enough time to handle the
Guys,
situation,
guys,
then they can
guys,
actually.
guys. I love you. Um, we need to get them started.
Oh, they're waiting on us? I thought they were
Yeah,
ready.
no, they're waiting on us. They're waiting for you guys to give them the go ahead.
Dude,
Sorry, go on ahead.
I
You can,
thought.
you can continue this talk while they're starting.
I mean, I was just waiting on them. Like, yeah, we're ready to go. Like what? Damn, dude, way to call me out, bro. Like, yeah, nah. So keep talking, bro. But like, you gotta tell them that they need to go. Like, what the frick? Wow, dude. All right, the match has just started,
And cue the music.
and seems like they're gonna be holding the shooting range down on the other side of the previous hole where the OnlyFansFires was holding.
Down they go. Reloading.
Everything seems to be very calm. Seems like they're actually running a no medical run. So this is going to be extremely interesting to watch, especially on this this lineup. So the lineup is pretty much exactly what we called a support, a commando, a sharp, two gunslingers, and a SWAT. SWAT is going to be acting as the off-perk medic. So during Z time, and if anything were to go down, the SWAT can actually just buff their team, oh, heal their team back to normal. But the only problem is that the SWAT doesn't have any beneficial buffs that can lend to the team. So all you can do is just heal. So they have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, one of the more strict limitations in this game is that you can only heal 10 health per second. And Medic sort of gets around that by buffing you to take less damage and move faster so that you can avoid taking more damage. So when you're running a SWAT, you're really limited to that 10 HP per second. And even during Z time, it's really only good if multiple people are taking significant damage. If it's just one person, it can be hard to heal them and keep them from dying without buffs. So it's not really an all-around protection.
Exactly. But because they're running a 3-3 setup, it seems like everything is pretty much handled in enemy range. The support is in the shooting range, taking care of anything close by in the window base room. And speaking of like room in general, sounds like, or rather looks like, Zed is actually down to 9, and there will be completing wave 1.
Scrake gets frozen and immediately melted, as is typical on the end of wave 1.
How many
Trying to
Scrakes
cut down their time where they can.
Yeah, so one of the things that a lot of people do when it comes to like speedrunning is like when it comes down to like, let's say, in a normal game, like 32 max monster in pub, 6 players, lobby, full lobbies. If you want to cut down the time, each of the teams, well, each of the players on the team have to individually hunt them down so to cut the time down, so they actually speed up the process throughout the match. So that's probably what they're going to be doing throughout the process is under like a certain amount of Zeds, they're going to be trying to hunt for all these players, well, not players, but these last amount of Zeds so they can speed up the process.
Go team us, eh?
And because of
Looks
it,
like
they're
we're going to
probably,
be holding the tunnel here.
yeah.
It's an
They're gonna be
interesting decision.
Holding a tunnel on wave 2. This is interesting. Is this something this is probably something that they're gonna be holding throughout the whole match, perhaps? We've seen how it looks like on the OnlyFansFire on the wave 9, I believe. It was either wave 9 or wave 10. One of those objectives on the last previous matches. And it was really hectic. The left lane was getting bombarded like crazy.
Yeah,
So,
this left lane that's left of the tunnel is incredibly trash heavy. And we haven't seen very many larges yet, but it could change here soon. We do actually have a quarter pound coming from that lane at the moment. And the Z time is going to end before it can get around this corner, so they're not going to have that to deal with it.
right.
I doubt that it'll give them too much trouble, though.
Right. You have a quarter pounder just coming in, just causing no problems, no issue by any means.
And it drops like a fly.
Always sounds like a fly.
Also going to have a flesh pound on the solo SWAT lane. So we'll see if they'll call for a rotation here to help deal with it.
Speaking of larges, there's going to be a strike that's happening on the left side, nearby the cargo trucks. Nicely done. They are getting pushed back, and
Coco looking a little low.
Oh yeah. Also keep
And
in
he's healed
mind
back
that
to full.
we also have to keep in mind that they're running with no medics, so any type of risk, any type of like plays they want to do, they have to keep in mind the risk of what's going to happen afterwards. Is they can't really have a safety net of like tanking more than one hit from an FP. So if things were to go south, then it could be really, really detrimental for the whole team if someone were to go down during the process.
Oh, that flesh pound.
Oh yeah, well done. Straight.
As we can see, the merits of running this spot are coming into play. This wave has been over extremely quickly, so they're definitely looking to eke out as much time bonus as they can here.
Yeah.
Let's see where they decide to hold for wave 3.
It seems like,
I'm alright then.
yeah, it seems like, yeah, here we go.
Schisma's DC'd.
Seems like a technical issues. Oh, seems like the server, I'm not sure.
Fantastic! I do love a dodge.
Yep, we're
Yeah, I beat you to it.
I know.
Having some technical difficulties, so I had a player disconnecting, but they restarted, so hopefully everything
I
will
do
run
love
smoothly
a
from here on out.
And we gave them the
Uh,
green light, so whenever they're ready to go, we can actually just proceed on to the match. Hold on, let me just type that this time, like, hey, we're good.
Ammo check, folks.
Looks like we're on pause now, and everything should resume as normal. For integrity reasons, we just have everybody stand still and
Mm-hmm.
pause the timer and refund health bonus and all that good technical stuff during one of those issues. So everything should be exactly the way it would have been as if nothing had happened, in
Yep.
theory.
In theory. All right.
And it looks like they have Melon utilizing the Sentinel on this back lane.
Oh, this.
That's an interesting
Sentinel.
choice. So
So,
I'm assuming there must be some backspawn back there that they're wanting to clear trash from.
you know, the thing about the Sentinel is it's like it's actually excellent for like any stragglers that's like occur them from the back, and you can actually take out like a, you know, a crawler just like that. Like that particular spot right there, the crawler just came in, annihilate, no problem. Like any off-per can actually use it and actually kill like a whole bunch of like trash zest, no problem. But the only thing they can't kill is like gore fiends and gore fast, obviously. But still,
Yeah, they're
anything
good
else
for
is
trash
pretty
and
good.
not really for mediums. But this is not the first time we've seen Sentinels used for this purpose. People have been putting them in backspawn spots for a while, and I think it's actually a really creative use, especially since normally in this sort of situation you might just have your medic watch that lane and kill the crawlers, since medic can handle that just fine. So
Yeah.
it's a pretty smart usage.
Yeah.
Looks like we have a double strike flesh pound spawn on this left lane, so they have Zed time here. Let's see how well they can deal with it.
Right.
So we got one extension left. Dropped it.
We do see the long lane cells being occupied with a bunch of barges, but Coco is there to help out the SWAT.
Looks like, yeah, Coco is aiding the SWAT in the tunnel lane, which makes sense. It's probably too heavy for a solo SWAT once you get past these early waves.
Especially wave.
And the other thing I'm noticing, there's
4.
lots of medium Zeds on this left lane here, and we're looking at 4 or 5 Sirens and 3 or 4 Husks. Maybe even more than, oh, that is like 5 Sirens and 4 Husks. Luckily, they're not standing too close to it, which is where those Zeds really tend to get dangerous.
Right. It seems the largers are approaching towards the midsection really slowly, so they do have some time to clear out and make space for themselves in the whichever lane they're prioritizing. In this case, it could be the left lane. Speaking of prioritizing, the left lane is going to be. It's just spawn 2 strakes and a flesh pound, but they don't see it just yet.
And I think here we're kind of seeing an application of this earlier idea that you really wouldn't prefer to have Mando and support together. You see they've placed their support on the right side and have their Mando on the left, even though the left lane's a pretty trash heavy lane. It seems they need it for the extensions more than they value
Right.
having the trash clear from the support.
Probably. They probably have to swap
We're
there.
looking at several larges on this left side again right after Zed time, but I think they have enough firepower on this lane to deal with it.
Yeah, a couple of larges are
Yeah, and it's only 10 Zeds remaining, so they're going to be hunting down the remaining Zeds here soon. We'll see if they continue to utilize this spot.
They try and raise the strike to approach up to him much faster. Well done. All right, now. So they're going to be doing the objective on.
Oh, and it looks like the objective is the hold that they've already been using, which is really convenient. They've already got set up here, and they already know how they're running their, or organizing their perks, rather.
Something dangerous.
You don't need the Padre just yet.
We dress up for
Money in now I'm rocking.
Who's buying the next round?
Banging one in.
All right. So they're doing a full-on commitment of holding this position here for the first objective on scenario A.
Looking at a double flash pound spawn.
Well done.
And then gone. The power is that time.
The power is it. 2 slingers And support. Annihilate, no problem.
Yep. I mean, now that we only are running the one Sharp, Z time doesn't trigger as often, and it puts more pressure on the Commando and the Sharp to hit headshots and to extend Z time. But the nice thing is they are running 3 perks that deal incredibly well. Like, they do incredibly well during Z time, dealing really high DPS. So they're able to utilize the Z time a little bit better, even though it occurs a little less frequently.
Yes.
We might be seeing another reason that Melon has placed support on this right lane is plenty of bloats, which ASL has been famous for.
And rioters, yep, in the early phase. Rioters and bloats. Just to buff the support. That's crazy.
We're seeing a lot of larges coming into this left lane along with Husk right now. We'll see how they deal with this spawn.
Yeah, left lane is just getting...
I was anticipating a freeze on that left lane. You see it come out.
Yeah, left lane is getting bombarded with a whole bunch of other things more often than the mid and the right side. Another FP is coming from the left lane. About to push up to him pretty soon, but it's only one, but the Husk is about to be coming out in a second.
Looks like we can get larges and QPs from this back side spawn as well, which can... QPs are really good at breaking into holds. They have a lot of head health relative to the amount of them that spawn.
Well, they did just complete the objective, and it's only less than 50 Zs left. Excellent, well done on the team itself. Very well done.
Looks like we're at the end of the wave already again. Just proving how quick this spot makes things move along. So I'm anticipating a pretty good time bonus if they can pull this off here, alongside their no medic and potential objectives.
Ooh. Excellent, clean wave 4. That was actually well
Very
done.
well handled at the end there, especially.
Got
Doom had to hunt down the last few remaining large Zeds by himself and use his freeze grenades and his resources carefully until everybody else came along to help. Especially without a medic, those situations can actually get dangerous pretty quickly if you go by yourself and anticipate or run into a spawn that isn't handled very well solo.
Exactly.
You can die pretty quickly without a medic there to bail you out.
Right,
Speaking
or...
from experience.
Yeah, same. Yeah, just going in there solo, knowing for a fact that you got everything handled, but you misplay your part and you're just off the team.
Look at this spawn over here. That is 3 Scrakes, 3 flesh pounds. Which they will be seeing around this corner
on
soon.
wave 5. That's crazy.
And Z time just dropped, so
they probably...
Oh, there's a lot. This left lane is going to be spectacular here soon. And Z time dropped once again.
Yeah, there was no other trash because...
There goes the first freeze.
Nice, nice. Well done. All the fire part...
very well handled.
They're probably focusing all the fire part towards the left lane, making sure that it gets completely handled. And
absolutely,
boom,
they have
like
both
that.
slingers handling that side.
We have another 2
That's
FP.
like nothing even happened.
We have another 2 FP coming around the corner of the cargo truck. It's actually, but they're gonna be handling
See
it,
if
no
they.
problem.
I don't think they're choosing not to shoot at it yet. I might freeze this.
Which they do.
Yep.
Nice.
Me and Doom have made fun of each other in the past for having the exact same freeze logic, and I'm proving that theory true again today.
Yeah.
Looks like they actually have Coco maining this left side and only going to help Ren when absolutely necessary. So
I believe that is a smart call because as the wave progresses, this line is gonna get a bunch of like mess. A bunch of large is gonna be occurring that wave. I mean not wave. I mean
that one
itself.
spawn we saw. It's only wave 5. Things are going to get much more intense from here.
Exactly.
I'm actually most curious to see if they decide to hold the other objectives.
Speaking of the other objective, I believe there's gonna be an objective coming up on wave 6. Let me check. No, I lied. Wave 7. So on wave 7, that might be a little bit juicy, a little bit spicy, because on the
Oh,
last...
we have a triple flesh pound coming from this lane here. Oh, everybody's here to help.
Yeah. They're gonna neutralize, no problem.
And with the Z time, they're just gonna fall over.
Nicely done, nicely done.
That situation right there is exactly what I was talking about. If Doom wouldn't have had all that armor to save him HP, he very well could have died to that stair combo. FPs are pretty famous for it.
Knew a guy in Sydney with some
Especially the crits. Oh man. Seems like everyone is gathering their resources and so forth until your Doom actually has his full loadout. Yeah, 14 plus 1 with the 101 and perhaps the XPX. Coco has the XPX. Melon has the 301. Ren has this Chris. This is actually interesting. Well, Chris is actually one of the popular weapons on SWAT, so really I'm not, not shocked, but it's actually pretty good regardless. Handles
It deals very well with every target except for flesh pounds, so.
Yeah, that's the only thing he can't do, kill flesh pounds.
Especially during Z time.
But but he has a nail gun for that, so it should be good.
And we're once again seeing pretty heavy large spawns coming out of this left lane, so.
And Schisma actually has a 401.
And Ray actually isn't looking. Both slingers are not looking that direction right now. They're both focused on this far lane. It has the top spawn.
Ooh. The left line? Yeah. Oh, left side's about to get cramped pretty soon. We got two FPs.
Spicy.
Yeah, 2 FPs and 2 strikes that are coming up to the staircase just about the moment, if not just there.
One of the downsides of this hold is that you are looking at Zeds from about 4 different directions. So things really start to become a lot higher pressure when you have Zeds coming from different directions at the same time. If one lane is heavy, it's manageable, but if 2 or 3 lanes get heavy at the same time, it can become pretty chaotic.
Very chaotic, especially during dire moments, especially when you have the kite. The thing is that this is pretty much like a hold spot for them. If they were to commit to the kite, then they have to run straight towards the slope, and if that were to be heavy, then they would have a hard time exiting out of the situation. Or rather, leaving the situation.
It looks like this left side's getting slammed at the moment.
Yeah, left side.
The Z time's here to bail them out. Plenty of plots for simple extensions. Oh, unlucky.
Ooh, I see
Looks
that.
like it was enough for them to deal with the situation regardless.
Mid lane has 2 strikes far, but it's gonna get neutralized, so it's not gonna be a problem.
Looks like we have
However,
another triple flesh pound.
yeah, 3 flesh pound coming from the left side with 2 alongside 2 husk right there, and the strike that's right behind them.
They're sitting at 5 freeze nades though. This should be a simple cleanup. Yeah, with the Z time too.
I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting it is 6 wayside fix instead of 12. I'm so used to like longer ones. I'm like, yeah, they got like 200 more. Wait, damn, they complete that really fast. How come? And then it's just 6 wave size fake. That's crazy. Well done. They're on a pretty good pace. Nearly 15 minutes.
So
Nearly 15 minutes on wave. It's about to reach wave
I don't
7.
even know
That's
what this stuff
that's
is. I'm
pretty
going.
fast.
yeah, they're incredibly fast. Yeah, this objective is oh, they're holding it.
Banging one in.
They're going for it. Oh, they're
going
going for it. They're going for it.
So
They're
this
going
objective
for it.
is infamous. You can fall off of this edge that they're on. One husk could spell your entire team's doom. So we'll see how they handle this situation. It doesn't surprise me at all that they went for it, especially not with everybody playing their main perk.
Anyone want this?
Exactly. This is gonna be really.
Besides poor Melon.
Got this one spare.
Mm. Yeah, they're definitely going for it. It's just
Oh, we'll have plenty to talk about this wave. Every husk is going to be a highlight.
Mm-hmm. Every husk needs to be a
We're
highest
already
priority.
seeing a triple flesh pound spawn from this right lane,
Ooh,
along with multiple Scrakes.
multiple
They're gonna need the Z
strays.
time to help them out. I don't even know if they're gonna see it in time because of where they're holding from.
But thankfully they're
We
not
see
being
Ren's already
outraged.
started to dispatch the first one. Here they
Yeah.
come. Oh, that husk just narrowly missing somebody.
It seems like the plan they're going for
Coco
is
taking-
if one person were to like, oh, if one flesh pound or so were to rage, one person has to commit to the deraging before they reach the cliff. I like that plan, but because you have to know medic, this is extremely dangerous. But because they have all armor, so they can't, you know, sacrifice some of their armor just to save the.
It's a
objective.
pretty long range lane, so the likelihood of being shipped down by trash is a lot lower than normal. So it's good to preserve armor in that way. They really need to be careful about these husks, though.
Yeah, these.
I'm
husks
watching
is-
these things getting way more comfortable than I would be letting them.
Exactly. Lots of husks are going to be chipping down their armor before the actual threat comes in, so they have to prioritize husk immediately.
Ren very easily could have gotten shot off the map there.
Exactly. If they were to pull
Looks like
this
they're
off,
pushing
it's actually
outside the
good.
objective to deal with certain large spawns and then running back in, which is a strategy we've seen people use before.
Mm-hmm. Couple of husks spawn on the left lane, top section, with the strikes itself. Well, they have to prioritize those husks immediately on the left side. Now in the mid section right there. They cannot let
Hopefully they
any
can utilize
husk.
this Z time to take down these priority targets.
Yeah, they cannot let any husk, like, by any means alive in the process, if not, like, in their range. If they can see them, they need to kill them immediately.
These quarter pounds can get really dangerous coming from this close lane. The
Yeah.
immediate freeze doesn't surprise me at all.
But it seems like everything's being under control. Yeah, they're almost done with the objective. They're about to reach 90%. Yep, 90% of the objective completed, and they're
76
even
Zeds
budging.
remaining, so
they're not even
not too
budging.
tight either.
True, but at the same time, once the objective is done, they could just more free to hop out from that cliff and just hold the helipad itself. It's only 64 max, so once you reach that threshold, which they've done, you're more than welcome just to like back off from that cliff, which they've completed the objective. So they're just gonna move forward.
See if they
just
decide
as-
to run forward here. Yeah, indeed they
Yeah.
are. They're pushing out into their respective lanes.
Yeah,
They're
gonna
probably
start
going to
hunting.
begin hunting here before long.
Yeah, they're gonna start hunting right now.
Excellent shooting.
Nice takedown for Brave.
The stubborn Scrakes.
Mm.
They're always so far away. See if they can get
This-
to him in a timely manner here.
Those are like a bane of
These are just
every
seconds chipping off the
speedrunners.
clock.
Right. Especially bloats or some kind of like a
Oh
small
man, look at
Zeds.
this Scrake all the way in the tunnel.
Jesus.
They're gonna lose plenty of time to that one.
This is like every speedrunner for KF2 nice nightmare.
Faking.
Fortunately, it's right next to the generator, which they have to tap anyway.
Yeah.
See if they'll be holding this Wave 8 objective. I would assume they will if they're crazy enough to go for the helipad.
What's
Oh,
this
doesn't
wave
seem
eight?
that way.
I've got this one spare.
I don't think
Wow,
it's
this Wave 8 objective is nasty.
Reloading.
yeah, I don't think it's really risking
You'd
it.
have to be crazy.
Especially with no
No medic on that objective? No way.
Yeah.
Much better.
Unless everyone's literally on point with each other, but just to guarantee safety. I mean, they've done wave 7 objective, so you would think they can actually do it. Which I'm pretty sure they can, but they chose to be safe about it.
Oh, the nice thing is the main hold they've chosen is so time efficient that they're going to be able to bank plenty of extra bonus off of that, and they might not need these objectives as much.
Yeah, exactly. So they're
Speaking
just
from personal experience, the super close quarters objectives are very medic dependent, so it doesn't surprise me at all they decided to skip this one. We got a triple flesh pound coming from the left once again. Looks like scary large spawns are a constant.
everything seems to be pretty calm during the moment. No threats so far, except for like a couple of just larges here and there. But we're about to see something really spicy going on. After all, this is wave 8. I'm over here thinking it's like wave 5 or 6. They're just executing.
Oh, we got a quadruple flesh pound on Ren's lane. Gonna see a rotate coming out here soon, I presume. Ooh, with the fortunate Z time.
Yep.
Should be plenty to bail them out.
Yeah, both gunslingers are prioritizing the mid lane, trying to kill all of these flesh pounds as fast as possible before that time ends.
Yeah, Schisma pulling it out with those extensions.
Well done. Left lane's about to get bombarded with a whole bunch of other things. Strakes. And a bunch of husk. This seems to be under 100 Zeds. And he's on wave 8. This is extremely fast. They're at nearly 21 minutes and they're on wave 8. Extremely fast.
Now, VTubers are proving that it's going to take more than a few flesh pounds to break this hold. It's impressive, for no medic especially.
They haven't budged once. That's extremely impressive.
Excellent shooting.
I mean, this lane is not light. I mean, even with the multiple packs of larges coming out, there's still plenty of trash and medium Zeds, husks, sirens, other priority targets, and they're all just getting eliminated before they become a threat. Which is exactly what you need to do when you don't have a medic. Things need to die before they get to you, otherwise you can take chip damage and it can become scary pretty quickly.
Right. And, you know, funny enough, even Centennial is actually doing a whole bunch of, like, clutching, just killing, like, back trash so it doesn't get interrupted during takedowns and so forth. That's actually
It's
really
absolutely important to cover all your angles there. So it's really nice they've been able to utilize that strategy.
You know, this is the first time I actually realized that that's actually a spawn point right there. So when they put the Sentinel right there, I was like, huh, is that a spawn point? And I started seeing Zeds coming out. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
Wall Street Mark II.
now I know.
That's me. Stay focused.
To think I should know. So I've been playing this map for a long time, and that's the first time I've seen that. That's crazy. The more you know. So we're about to approach on wave 9, and as wave 9 occurs, we have a couple of larges to spawn down to. Is that the mid
So it's another one of support strengths is these multiple quarter pound spawns. Quarter pounds have a relatively high body to head health ratio as opposed to the other large Zeds. So support can just shoot a bunch of ammunition downrange and blow right to the bodies of all the quarter pounds, and the extra penetration damage really helps them deal with the large packs better than other perks can.
Oh yeah, definitely. We do see some largest spawn way in the back. I'm talking about way in the back, and they're about to approach up towards the midline, but that's gonna be sentries since they're strakes. Meanwhile, we see a couple of largest down on the left side, just a couple of strakes not being phased by it, no problem at all.
I think we're going to see congestion occur in this left lane here pretty soon. We've got multiple bloats and a triple FP, so I'm anticipating a freeze or two here. And there it goes.
Speaking of freeze, well done. That's actually a good freeze right
Utilizing this said time to help deal with the threat. It's fortunate timing.
there. Yep.
Oh,
Two
as
FP
we get a
over
double
here.
FP from the left lane as well.
Ooh, that's actually
Solid
a nice
freeze. Able to grab both FPs with the same freeze. It's really
Yeah,
important to be efficient with your freezes when you only have 6.
especially one sharp. Yeah.
I'm seeing another large spawn on this left lane.
Yep.
This is just Giga Central.
Yeah, the left lane
Double
has
FP, triple QP. Ooh, no
Ooh.
freeze too. Looks like something's managed to break their hole a little bit, but I think they'll be able to hold steady.
Oh yeah. Doom has 3 freezes left, so he's trying to prioritize them as much as possible.
Looking at 102 Zeds and half freezes, so definitely putting a little more pressure on the team now.
Oh yeah. As we can see, the team has reached under 64 max monster, and they're not even phased. This is like really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And those are some scary spawns, and they were handled extremely efficiently.
Mm-hmm.
They have plenty of leftover grenades and resources to help deal with. I mean, if you look, their armor values aren't even low, so they're not really getting hit all that much per or per wave.
Yeah, that's actually pretty impressive.
Cheating.
Great shot.
All
We've got enough
right,
ammo.
25 minutes, just about to reach wave 10. This is extremely fast game. I can't express
They've
it
definitely
enough.
prided themselves on going fast in previous rounds, so it looks
Nothing
like
pointless chat
keeping
with
up
one of us
the
people.
pattern. See, no, they're definitely holding this wave 10 objective. Yep. This one should be a spicy one. A 2-way hold on the tunnel.
Anyone need a weapon?
Oh yeah.
If I had to anticipate, they're going to be placing their sharp on the back lane to help deal with this extremely long range these larges are going to be coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Who needs something dangerous?
Spare weapon here.
I've got a spare weapon.
If we die down here, no one has to bury us.
Wow. Maybe this back lane isn't as heavy. We're seeing both the commando and the SWAT placed in the same lane. And all the DPS perks stacked on the front. I guess both lanes do have some long range requirements, so
I feel like the
sharpshooter's gonna be pulled pretty thin.
Yeah, I feel like the commander's lane is gonna have the most of the larges. As you see, one large is approaching up to them at FP. But Coco's gonna take care of that really quickly. Nicely done.
Wave 10 ASL is no joke. There are a lot of larges on this cycle, and they spawn in big packs, so they're gonna have to be careful on this wave. This hold is not one that's gonna give them much room for error. They're gonna be pushing in on themselves pretty quickly if things go awry.
Oh yeah.
Double flesh pound from the door spawn getting annihilated.
Everything's going pretty smooth. Two FP down in the commander's lane. Just
Yeah, we're seeing triple flesh pound from the tunnel right now. along with multiple sirens. We'll see how they deal with this on this lesser DPS lane. But it looks like they have Ray coming over for a rotation.
Oh yeah.
Banging one in.
Yeah.
Only 65% objective is done, so I'm wondering if they're gonna be holding that position itself. If not, they're probably gonna run to the helipad and just finish off the wave. Maybe.
We're looking at almost full armor and full freezes for the whole team. So, ooh, but a triple fleshbound from this back door. This could get scary quickly. The Z time, they need this.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Perfect guy.
that's enough.
Yeah, it's more than enough.
Even without any further extensions, they were able to just tear through those fleshbounds. Really shows the power of a SWAT during Z time.
Oh yeah.
And Gunslinger, of course.
Ooh. 2 strikes down in the mid lane in the tunnel. And you come
Ooh,
over.
and those side spawn QPs. That's what I was talking about, those QPs. They have a really fast, calm walking speed, so they can sneak up on you really quickly if you aren't looking in their direction.
Oh
So
yeah.
we're seeing this back lane get pushed up, which means the front line really needs to hold their ground here.
Ooh, I also noticed the Melon's Sentinel was not on top of the cargo, which I was believing that she was trying to put up there, but it just didn't register. But nonetheless, though, they've completed the objective, no problem. Less than 50 Zeds, everything's going smooth. It's just like what you said. Not
They have room
this,
to move now if they need. Plenty of
Yeah.
armor to save everybody, so
they haven't. I don't
it's going to
think
be difficult for them to get pushed out of the spot.
I don't think I've seen anyone lost their full armor yet. Okay, just now to Commando. But it's alright. 20 Zeds left. Wonderful.
Banging one in.
And only 2 freezes used the whole wave.
Feeling good as new, love.
2 freezes.
And
Yep.
another strategy that I've seen become more important throughout the course of this tournament is having your heavy DPS perks rotate for scary spawns. We noticed Ray move back there during one of the heavier spawns, even though they already have a gunslinger on that lane, and it's really just to ensure that things that could become a problem are stopped dead in their tracks before they could even start to give them trouble.
Just adding more DPS. Alright, so they're at the boss wave. What are they gonna be doing with the boss wave? Because the last team, they pulled some spectacular just performance on killing the boss. They literally just pushed him off the cliff over here. 2 of the Hans, which was really well performed. So I wonder what they're gonna be doing for this situation right here. Are they gonna be doing some kind of like a plan to push him off, or just plain killing him, just the old-fashioned way? I can see Coco.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if they've discovered that strategy or not.
Just won't wash the blood away.
Coco is getting some rhinos going on, so they're gonna be doing the rhino strat on the Hans. So is Ray. Both of the gunslingers will be rocking with the rhinos. So I believe they're gonna be going with the strat of they're gonna wait for Hans to spawn some trash, and then from there they're gonna try to freeze.
Oh, that's unlucky. Look how far away Hans spawned. Oh, there's 2. Right. So the one
Yeah.
spawned closer. It's actually really fortunate then.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
one is going to take a long time to get to them. They might have time to melt the second one before he becomes a threat. Here's this all-important Z time proccing. We're going to see this Rhino strategy come to life. Schisma looking at plenty of extensions. They should be able to blow this guy up before it becomes a problem.
Ooh, nice extensions. Nice extensions. Ooh, they got him to the red phase. That's actually pretty good.
Solid.
But the second Hans should be coming down pretty second. Oh, never
Second
mind.
Hans looks like Melon is going to be kiting the second Hans.
I guess Melon.
Oh, and Doom
Oh,
drops to the boss.
oh, what you think is?
We're looking at Raid about half health here as well.
What you think? It's probably a mistake of the, what was it? A grenade glitch? Like, it was on top of the smoke.
I was looking at the other Hans at the moment. I unfortunately didn't see exactly what happened.
Yeah.
I'm Ren should have been using that time to
Oh,
heal the
okay,
rest of the
cool.
team. But it looks like they're healing each other up.
Okay, cool, because I didn't see it either. Unfortunate, but that is such an
Looks like Melon is low health, running away from the second Hans. Looks like the team's gonna be able to heal her in time.
oh yeah, of course.
So now they'll be dealing with this Hans without a Sharp to guarantee Z time. So this should be a lot different.
But they still have a commando, so they can utilize that time and so forth.
It's just gonna be more difficult to trigger the initial Z time.
That is so.
We can see Schisma kiting around a full extension's worth of trash. It's such a sight. He needs to shoot something to trigger it though. The Z time won't trigger on its own. Somebody's gonna have to headshot some trash.
Or 9mm some rioters. But
Well, that only works if you have a sharpshooter. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Strategy looks like it's gonna pay off. Schisma's got a full bout of extensions here. Let's see if they can do this the second one cleaner than the first.
Nice.
They get the knockdown
Ooh, they got in the red phase.
into the red health once again. Normally, there's a viable strategy to... Oh, wow, look at that. He chucked those. There's a viable strategy where you let Hans grab somebody and then heal them instead, because he actually gains less health from healing off of a player than his shield has health in the final phase. But it's more dangerous when you're not running a medic, because it's really difficult to heal up that health that he loses when he life steals.
Oh, seems like Ray is about to
Ooh.
get caught out, but
And Ray almost got caught in that corner by that QP. That was scary.
oh, it's extremely scary.
These things that you could
Ooh,
Melon looking
Oh,
low, and
Ren.
Ren's gonna go as well.
Ray went down. Unfortunate. The boss. Oh, Melon's low.
Oh!
Melon's
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's just
It's
what
just
you
Ray
said,
and Coco for this last year. And this is what I mean about Hans being such a dangerous boss when you don't have a medic.
We're not.
He can do some of the highest burst damage of any of the bosses. Oh, that was lucky.
Extremely lucky.
He was able to kill that QP. Looks like they're almost out of ammo here as well, but Ray's grabbing an AF spare. They should be able to take him down here and guarantee they get the rest of their points, but losing 400 health bonus on the boss wave is really unfortunate.
Alright. Well, nonetheless, though, they completed the match and killed the boss. with all
Incredibly
the
well done.
bonuses. Well done, well done. It's just that is such an unfortunate thing to happen for the players. First, it was Doom, then what was it? Ren, Melon, and Schisma. Nonetheless, though, very solid performance on this team alone. They haven't throughout the whole wave progression, they weren't phased. They weren't losing. They weren't losing anybody. They weren't wasting their resources to maintain the lane. They just handled it with no problem. That's excellent. Well done. That's just
All 10 waves were played incredibly cleanly. It was really unfortunate that EtherealDoom died there. Sharp is a really valuable asset on boss waves, so having less Z times and no freezes to try to guarantee a quick burst at the end of the health bar is really difficult. Luckily they were able to prevent the wipe. That would have been the most tragic thing. Lose almost 2,200 points they would have lost if they wiped there.
Yeah, exactly. But nonetheless, though, it's just what you said. They still kept their bonuses. They've saved it, and they're going to be going on to the scenario B. Now, for the scenario B, the waves still going to be the same, but the objective and the boss are going to be completely different. For the objective, it's not going to be as spicy as the scenario A, but there's still some little spiciness here and there and so forth. But as for the boss itself, it's going to be King Flesh Pound, 12 players health.
Realizing that the boss wave would have been a good time for the war room, but I was so invested in what was happening that I didn't even think to drag us over. But
You know, yeah, we're so immersed. We're so immersed in what was going on and so forth. We should just transport when someone was dying, like, oh yeah, we need to go. But nonetheless,
Well,
so
have a chance to redeem themselves during this second scenario,
mhm.
but it will be against King Fleshpound instead. Hopefully, should be more manageable. In
Oh
my
yeah,
opinion, it's much more manageable than a double Hans, but the extension situation is going to be much more interesting since only quarter pounds spawn during the boss wave.
exactly. And it seems like they're going to
So
be
we
sticking
will be
with
seeing a
the
whole new set of objectives here as well. So we'll get to see how they hold those. I'm
yeah.
assuming they will choose to hold at least one or two.
Based on what we've been seeing, I'm pretty sure they'll do it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna handle it with no problem. The only thing that might be a little questionable for scenario B is one the objective. Let me see. Yeah, wave six objective. That's going to be really interesting if they were to if they were to do it. The last team they performed this, they performed it with no problem, though they didn't receive the full uh bonus objective completion, but the way they were performing it was phenomenal. But with this comp right here, I wonder how they're gonna be doing it for wave six objective because on wave six you have to hold the cargo like on top of the cargo, right? Just that little, just on top of the freight cargo. And that's it. You can't step outside of it or anything like that. It's gonna be really interesting if they were to choose to do it.
And
Yeah, the
considering
outside
they
of it.
went for that crazy wave 7 hold, that wouldn't surprise me if they did. But they've also been known to show some restraint and know their limits because they didn't hold the wave 8, and that one was really scary. I don't think it's very viable for Nomadic.
Exactly. The last we had a Zerg and a medic, so it was just a guaranteed safety just to like kind of stop all the trash and the larges that was coming through that little staircase right there. But for this team comp right here, I'm not sure how they're going to be handling it if they were to choose to do it. But who knows? They might have something that we just don't know about. So in the meantime, while everyone's getting their hydration, getting their fluids going on and stuff like that, I hope everyone's having a great day. Phenomenally well. Hope you guys are being productive outside of what you're doing, whether it's for good or bad.
I believe we're good to go. You ready to start, Newt?
Yep,
Okay.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
All right. They're readying up, and we'll see the second run through this map. Assuming
Yep,
they'll hold the same main spot, we'll see how the objectives shake up their strategy this time around.
exactly. Running the same team comp as well. Nothing has changed.
It's also important to note the endurance required to run these two matches in a row and stay on point for the later waves especially, which can get really stressful. So we'll see if
Exactly.
their resolve starts to slip at all or if they manage to keep it up.
Probably like a small break, but just have this kind of like reset the whole situation. So if anything, I'm pretty sure they'll handle it no problem. Especially like they just got
Some of
so
these
open.
players are accustomed to multi-hour grind sessions, so I think they should be okay.
Yeah, exactly. So they should be phased by it. And as always, they're gonna be having like a sharp gunslinger and commando on top, whereas the other player's gonna be holding on the bomb right there on the shooting range, support, gunslinger, and SWAT. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna be holding this section for wave 1, and then from there they're gonna be rotating towards their main hold from the last match.
Looks like we have both Strakes coming from the same lane here. Maybe they won't be able to get the Z time stun off, but it wouldn't surprise me if they freeze one of them. And it's also notable they have flash grenades to use in case it's necessary, but looks like they're choosing to take down the Scrake without any assistance.
Just out of curiosity, are there like 2 or 3 strikes on ASLV3?
There are 3.
3.
But
okay.
because there's all 3. I was questioning whether or not 6 wave size fakes would spawn all 3, but it does indeed.
I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, cool.
Looks
I
like-
know, because I know
Oh, and he's
Paul
stuck
does.
up there.
Oh,
There he
okay,
goes.
never
He
mind.
finally makes it down. I'm
From the last-
anticipating a CC on this one. Yep.
From the last previous match, the second floor railing, like where you drop down to the main OG CD hold, that was getting clumped up like crazy by a whole bunch of like bloats and larges and stuff.
Yeah, it
So-
seems like the pathing there can be kind of awkward.
So I can see why they're choosing to not to hold that particular spot in general, even though that's like one of the OG spots and like everybody knows about it. So that's probably the reason why they've decided to hold this section right here from the start is they don't want to have any clutter. They don't want to have any problems like having Zed coming towards them with no problem or anything like that.
Feeling good as new, love.
Take your weapons and ammo.
And as always, they're running back the same combats they did before, or the same position. SWAT's gonna be holding the build section. Everyone else gonna be holding the right section. Well, not right, left section, except for Melon. Melon's gonna be holding the left section. I said left. I meant to say right. I'm directly
Left and right.
challenged.
What's the difference?
They both have to get shot up anyway, so right. Left, right. Someone has to die.
It's pretty par for the course for them at this point, although Melon is being challenged with several larges on her lane early on. See if they get a rotation here to deal with it, and indeed she does.
Well done, well done. About capitalizing on the strike and the FP. Speaking of strikes, you got a couple of strikes and one QP coming towards the left lane itself. And as for the midsection right there, the SWAT is holding it down, and there's really nothing much that's going on in the midsection. But again, we just wave 2. But anything can happen. That's like, it doesn't matter if it's wave 1 or wave 10. Anything can happen. Even if everything goes well.
They've got these early waves down so clean, especially. And we can tell how well practiced this strategy must be.
Great shot.
And I'm just like repeatedly impressed by the amount of trash that's coming out of this left lane and how well they're doing with them. It's pretty easy to get overrun, especially when you have to deal with larges in the mix. So
Exactly.
even though they're making this lane look easy, I can tell that it's not.
Yeah, no. Especially when it comes to target prioritization. And during that times like that, and you have to kill somebody behind some trash during that time. It can be pretty stressful if you were to kill something that's extremely crucial during like dire moments. But nonetheless, though, they were hunting down.
And luckily, they didn't have to hunt for too long this time. This run could be pretty fast. They continue to get waves like that.
Way too much human
Yep,
for you,
it's
That's less than 2 minutes for a wave. It's impressive.
Thanks for those super enlightening
Yeah.
words.
Plus 2 minutes for wave 2. Yep. It's just about to reach 5 minutes for wave 3, and that's actually pretty good. I believe the first objective for Scenario B is going to be occurring on Wave 5. Wave 5, Wave 5, Wave 5 seems pretty doable. But I just want to, but I would like to see what's going to be happening since their team top has no field medic. Because on Wave 5, they had to hold the mess hall, the cafeteria. That's if they choose
Yeah,
to do it.
like I said earlier, some of those holds get a lot more sketchy without medics, so it would not surprise me if they did some of the, or more of the objectives altogether if they're in those tighter holds like that, and just go for a fast round in this spot here that seems to spawn things pretty close.
Yeah, might as well guarantee safety. Just play it safe. You already guaranteed like some of the points that you made from the first scenario. So if the second scenario is like, if you can make it work, you can go ahead and do so. But if you're trying to like push it, then it's not really safe to do. Especially you know for a fact that it's already been guaranteed.
As it's been highlighted here, we are looking at triple Scrake, 2 QPs, and a Flesh Pound coming in this top lane that's usually held by Ren. So once they get around the corner here, we'll see how they rotate to deal with this situation.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Some
Very.
serious Left 4 Dead 2 style stuff. Looks clean.
It looks so clean.
Here we go. Let's see how they deal with this. They've got both Ray and Coco rotating, so if I had to guess, this mess will be cleaned up promptly. Oh, that's what you mean. Oh, that'll do it. I thought it was you, Elmo, to be honest with you. He's got the large, Tomari's got the large magnet though. He knows the spawns. He runs the server. He's actually the game director right now. You can tell.
Yeah. Games. he's thinking to himself like, yeah, this team's doing way too well. Let me drop an FP like in the middle of the hole.
Yeah.
Let me just do that.
let me
All
drop
pissed
an FP from the crawler back spawn.
That would be honestly that would be pretty cool to think about, like player versus director. So the way it works is like you just play the game as normal, but the director actually has a chance to kind of like mess up the whole flow, like putting FPs in the middle of the hold, or like blocking a kite path with just a couple of bloats and stuff like that. You'll always have to be on your toes at all times because the director can actually
Here we
just
have
mess you
Coco
up.
running up to
So that'd be pretty cool.
take down the last couple Scrakes here.
Yep, that's what the director's doing. It's
All
like,
by
oh,
himself.
yeah. Just the director sitting there like, yeah, you guys are doing way too well. Let me play something way too far that you guys have to reach it.
Anyone want this? I don't need it.
I wouldn't be surprised if that were to occur.
This one's there.
I'm like,
Could
damn,
actually be so OP.
I'm reloading.
so OP. Alright, so it seems like everyone have their full loadout, if not
You don't need the
like 89% of their full loadout, mainly because of upgrades. You can see Melon rocking the 301, Coco's rocking the XPX, EtherealDoom still rocking with the 18. The Winchester is actually pretty good.
Oh, here we're seeing a double Flesh Pound spawn from this door here. Oops. I think
Ooh.
maybe me and Tamari are trying to mark these together.
Mm.
Me and somebody are both attempting to mark the same Zeds, so we were marking and unmarking them. But they are getting pressured from multiple directions right now. They've got larges coming off this left and the main lane. Ren's dropping down pretty low. Looks like with this Zed time they should be able to recover. And they're right back to it, like nothing happened.
This is wave 4 still, so it's gonna get hella spicy on wave 5. Oh yeah, very. Oh man, look at all the larges spawned way in the back.
Oh. multiple flesh pounds coming from this. They're gonna have a triple coming in together off this tunnel.
Yeah, this tunnel right
But it
here.
looks
is
like
about
the
to
other lanes
receive-
aren't being pressured as much, so they should
they're
be able
gonna
to rotate
capitalize
and
on
deal with
this.
it just fine.
Exactly. They're just gonna capitalize on this. Strikers will be
Yeah,
following
get a
that
stun
pretty
off on
soon.
those flesh pounds.
Yeah.
Somebody might have to take one hit here, but that'd be the... Nope. Zetime's gonna proc and bail him out from taking anything altogether.
It's about to be 8 Zeds left. I keep forgetting this is 6 player sides.
Yep.
I keep forgetting not 12. Yeah, everything's going pretty well, and they've finally reached the max monster, so all they have to do is just clean everything else out and then start hunting if needed.
We have a triple Scrake double flesh pound coming from the left lane. Nothing they're not used to dealing with though. Hopefully they have the ammo to support it.
Yeah, they have the ammo.
Looks like Ray's down to his 1858s, which doesn't surprise me given the amount of carnage he's had to deal out this wave.
Right. But there's only 6 sets left, so it should be fine.
It's a bloody spray!
Alright, wave 5 is about to happen, and we'll see if they're going to be doing it. Oh.
Alright, we'll see how this wave 5 objective goes. It's looking like they're holding it. Ray is using the trader.
That's my tip.
Yep,
For clotting.
they're gonna do it.
Anyone want
Wave
this? I
5,
don't
the
need it.
first objective of scenario
Anyone
B.
need money?
The next wave, the next objective is gonna be hella crazy.
I wish.
It's gonna be
Anyone
extremely
want this?
crazy.
I don't need it.
My war contribution.
Oh, by the way,
I like the
Z,
one.
sorry for not hyping up the cliff section.
This one's
Cash to
fair.
be splashed, people.
I know you're mad. I know you're mad.
I'm
Low
feeling
key, he's like,
generous.
man, you didn't hype up the cliff section when they were doing it
Have that one on me, pal.
in the last scenario.
That's how you get this Billy Rocket.
Dang.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Nah, he was asking me like if anybody were to use the clip, hype it up like crazy. But we didn't even do it. Or I didn't do it at least. Because this team
Perfect.
is
Exactly as planned.
perfect.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. the
Oh,
clip.
look at that. Triple flesh pound, triple Scrake coming in from
Oh,
this left
is
lane.
yeah.
This spawn could be scary. Oh, they're pushing out to deal with it though. They've already dropped a freeze, and the Z time hits. It's over for these flesh pounds.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I don't see any. Oh no, it's not going to be the last they see of it though. We've got even more coming in from that lane here soon.
Mid lane is about to get pushed up with core pounders, which is not too crazy. Not as bad as the left lane, about to be pushed
It's
in for all
definitely
the
one of the
largest.
SWAT strengths. Ooh, we see the Scrake
Ooh.
coming through the choke point there.
Oh, it's Ren's
Oh,
low.
they take it down before the hit though.
But that time occurred. Nice. Seems like
Everybody's
Ren's the
dropping heals on each other. They need to take
Ren-
these husks out before they shoot though.
Yeah, Ren's the only person that doesn't have health because he's been
Nice
taking like
dodge.
a lot of hits. Oh yeah, nice dodge too. And they're almost completed. 80, like 81% left. Or
Oh,
rather,
this hold is fast. And if they could hold here all the time, I don't think they can get away with it on the later waves. Now, once again, looking at oh, this is a scary spawn, but they're not going to come in together. But a triple QP, double flesh pound from the main lane once again.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to split up. The QPs are too fast. It makes it a lot less threatening. You
Oh,
see a
okay.
freeze dropped immediately. Dim's sitting at 3 freezes, but only 30 Zeds left, so he should be able to freeze these remaining packs as well.
Yeah, no problem at all.
I hereby pronounce you healed.
Well done. Well done from the team.
And another clean execute from VTubers.
No kite. No kite so far.
Great shot.
Almost had a little dicey moment, but nonetheless, excellent work.
I somehow doubt we're going to be seeing a objective hold here.
Need something dangerous. Heaps of final around, but nothing to
Probably
play it on.
not. But it would be so cool if they did.
Who needs this?
Got a
You can
spare
never-
weapon.
But yeah, I've seen that as well. I was about to point that out.
Anyone want this?
I'm actually getting mic'd. I'm actually getting mic'd from a bloat.
Spare, mate?
The Blake.
Much better.
Ammo check.
Blake.
I've got this one spare.
You just got Blake, bro. What? You got mic'd by a bloat, so it's Blake. Yeah. Honestly, I was hoping they were going for a Wave 7 objective. I just wanted to see, like, you know, they've done, like, most of the objectives throughout the whole match. So I was just wondering if they're going to be doing this one. But it's pretty understandable that their lineup is... It can happen, like, it could work. But based on the scenario, what's going on, I believe they just want to play safe. Yeah, feels bad. But we do have the next objective on wave 8, so we're just gonna have to see like what's gonna be happening from there.
At this point, I think we've seen everything in their bag of tricks, and it's just down to the execution. We understand they're pretty rotation heavy here, so we'll see if the game gives them a situation that's too difficult to deal with. And this spawn here from this left is going to be pretty scary. We're looking at multiple QPs and flesh pounds, but Z time's hit just in time, and it looks like they'll be able to deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm anticipating another freezer or flash out of this double flesh pound here.
Mhm.
There it
Nice.
drops.
Yeah, it's just like what you said. It just comes down to execution. So like everything is pretty much like kind of like bolted down to what they need to do and stuff like that. So all it really
I
needs
think
to
one of the
happen-
big execution points is just how fast they can get everything killed, and the faster they kill things, the more time bonus they're going to be able to achieve. And it looks like that's really the strategy that they're implementing this time around.
Yeah, they're about to complete wave 6. But unfortunately, no wave 6 objective. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. But that's okay though. I mean, like they've done. I don't think anybody has gotten hurt besides Doom. But he just lost like.
Yeah,
a soldier.
they haven't even lost any armor this wave, and they're chilling.
They're just everything's all executed properly. Like everything is like down to the T. Well done. Like this is actually really excellent.
Absolutely, every wave has been clean so far.
Oh, to see
We've only
this
seen a
one.
few scary moments where somebody gets low, but nothing tragic
Anyone
yet.
want this? I don't need it.
See how they handle these last few waves. Things only are going to get more difficult from here.
Who needs something dangerous? How we all have
Yeah.
I do love a dosh train.
All good. Anyone want this?
Just getting scrabbled, bro.
I've been in free cam this whole time.
Yeah, I've been free cam as well. Yeah,
Running around to see where all the larges are coming from.
exactly. I'm over here like, you have a fucking number pad, bro?
Oh, this is a pretty scary spawn.
Ooh, I see what you see. I'm looking at this right now. You have 3 FPs, 2 strikes on the left side, and then you also have a core pounder. No, this is about to be a heavy lane.
This left lane is gonna get slammed.
Is gonna get slammed.
I'm
pretty
anticipating
damn hard.
multiple freezes.
Oh, you do the old-fashioned way, Z. Okay. Yeah, this left lane is about to get
Quad flesh
crazy.
pound. Walking through the bloats with 2 Scrakes in front, which is much more dangerous than having them in the back.
Ooh, I'm expecting some freezes about to come out right now.
Freeze. Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, and an absolutely perfect freeze. All 3 flesh pounds.
Oh yeah, well.
Oh, they're
done.
praying for a Z time right now. It doesn't even matter. They don't need it.
It's just really just 2 strikes down on the left side.
Every large getting clapped immediately.
Mid lane, on the other hand, they're about to receive, wow, 4 strikes down in the mid lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be as well.
Mm,
The flesh pounds were definitely the more important target though, so absolutely well done, Freeze.
well done. Probably later down this match. We'll probably hit the war room and see what's going on and so forth.
Yeah, we should
Especially-
definitely check it out on Boss Wave this time around and not miss the opportunity like we did last time.
Right, we were just so heavily invested. Like, hey man, this team
I was scared for them, and I didn't even think about hopping in to see how they were handling it.
You know, I was thinking about it as well, but I was like, oh, well, that was on me then. Whoops. Because normally when things were to happen, it's like, hey, let's go to the war room. Hurry, hurry, hurry. But, you know, something like this could have been war room potential. Like, hey, man, you're about to receive so many larges, but they've executed no problem. Yeah, for real. I should just went to war room immediately as soon as someone dies.
Feeling good as new, love.
And another wave down. Looks like the last 2 Scrakes are being not so friendly, as we've seen before.
All right,
Now that's bullet time. Nice apron, Chainsaw Man.
sounds good. All right, so they're on wave 8.
8 now. We're seeing a wave 8 objective. It is
Oh,
the helipad. This time, much more generous. You have the whole helipad. See,
I like.
looks like they are not planning on holding it.
Reloading.
I guess they were just, you know, playing safe now because Lair.
They're playing for time for sure.
Yeah, they're trying to speed run this as fast as possible.
The helipad hold must not be very fast. I'm curious though, why they decided not to hold it when they decided to hold the wave 7 last time. This hold's less dangerous, but if this, whatever hold they're at right now is fast enough, it could actually be worth more points than doing the objective. So I trust they might have practiced both and decided that this strat is going to be the faster, more consistent option.
Yeah, if you're going for speed, then you might as well just like sacrifice something that's not going to be worth your time.
We have a
like
double
really
flesh pound
objective.
on this SWAT lane, and they dropped the Z time as well. Somebody might have to take a hit here. And you see
Right.
Ren taking a light hit. Got lucky. Flesh pound was nice to him.
Right. You do see a couple of larges down on the left side, but again, nothing too much of a threat like the last wave. Last wave was just crazy.
Ooh, a triple off this left spawn. That's scary. We're gonna see a
Ooh.
freeze here in a couple seconds.
Yeah, this is definitely a freeze.
Hits
Well
all
done.
3. Well done. And you get the Z time proc. It's an easy cleanup from there.
Yep. You do see core pounders coming down from the left lane, but it's gonna be like just like a few moments. You do
Really
see-
well handled.
Oh, you have 2 strikes in the flesh pound in the mid lane, 3 strikes in the flesh pound in the mid lane. But set time occurs, so that's not gonna be a problem at all.
I see
You do
Ray
see-
looking over to kind of assist.
You do see 2
I'll be
strikes
calling him
way
back to
in
the
the
front
back.
here soon.
Yeah, immediately. Left side is just trash oriented at the moment right now, so it's not gonna be any problem anytime soon. Mid lane, however, they need to prioritize on that just to kill all the strikes and so forth. Which, by the way, they're already on it, so it's not even a problem.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. Triple FP. Oh, but it's the last 50.
Yeah,
We
it's the
still have
last.
things to deal with on the other lane.
Exactly.
I'm anticipating a freeze. Yep.
Z time
On
occurred.
that left lane, they need to save the space. Because Z time's important. Looks like
F-
Rin might be able to clean up during this. Schisma's able to extend.
One FP's already been stunned, but he's about to time rage. Never mind, he's dead.
And 15 Zeds left. Once again, another clean wave. This time not
Well
on the
done, well done.
objective.
And you see the last two FPs down in the tunnel, so they're just gonna chase him down and kill him. Pretty fast. This is what time are they at? They're nearly 21 minutes. So this is what they're planned for. They're saying this is gonna skip 2 objectives and we'll commit to this one obviously, but this is something that they're
Who needs something
willing to
dangerous?
do. Wave 9. Wave 9. This is gonna be a
Anyone want
little
this?
bit
Anyone?
dicey. Only because like the SWAT cannot push all the way forward up to the tunnel.
Now they're gonna have to stay a little more restrained, and it's not on an early wave this time, it's on a later one, which is a lot scarier. And we're immediately gonna see these QPs just eat up the free space they're gonna get from not holding further up.
Exactly.
But Z time is gonna proc early, of course, and make that situation a non-issue.
You did see an FP coming down the left lane, about to get neutralized. Okay, nice, nice. You
He's
do
gone
see
before
a
you could
couple,
say something.
pretty much. I was like, yeah, he just spawned it, and he's dead. You do see a couple of FPs on the left side at the moment right now. Mid lane is just trash oriented. They command to start looking over there during the moment. However, the mid lane has 4 strakes walking down inside the tunnel, heading towards their position. But again, it's gonna be a while, so they have time to prep themselves for it.
Left side might see a little bit of pressure here in a moment, but nothing too scary.
Oh yeah. Left side has 3 FPs, or rather 2, and it's gone.
This left side is looking really heavy at the moment. Lots of trash and a few larges in between. But this
Right.
time should give them plenty of opportunity to clean it up.
I'm sorry to sound like that one guy who's famously like monotone as fuck, like, oh yeah, so there's a FP. Okay, dead.
That's all I'm known for.
Yeah, and there's another stray down the lane. Okay, he's dead. They need to reposition. Oh, never mind. They decided to go back. Yeah, so left side's being
Oops.
again like, y'all need to stop activating Z time while I'm about to say something interesting. God dang. I'm over here like, yeah, they're about to do. Yeah, okay, never mind. They already
And
killed
it's
them.
gone. Yep.
Hey man, start throwing a bit so we can compensate more.
Have more to talk about if you didn't kill everything so fast.
For real. Oh, speaking of killing everything so fast, they have like
Oh,
about
look at this
6.
spawn.
Yeah, 6 larges down on the left side.
And a
Not
siren
7.
in front too, which could neutralize the freeze if they're not too careful.
Ooh, this is gonna be dicey. I mean, they've reached max spawn, so still. Oh, there's 3 husks on the left too. This whole lane still about to get cluttered.
This freeze needs to come out sooner rather than later. There's the siren I was talking about. It actually delayed that freeze.
Everyone's
That time is so lucky,
for real.
and it's not. They're not going to be able to extend the whole thing, but it's good enough to keep them from taking any damage in the process. I mean, you look, their armor's almost full still.
I'm just like, Jesus, man. Like, those spawns just came in just naturally, like, yeah, you know, we're just here. Thank Jesus. And then you have 2 strakes in the back, pushing off from the left lane.
Looks like they'll be on cleanup duty here soon.
Yeah.
And if you look, not a whole lot of pressure was even put on Doom's freezes. He still has 2 left, and they have 4 of their flashes as well. So, even
Exactly.
being sparing, they still have a little extra.
All right. Well, they've completed
No?
2 out of the 4 objective, which
Reloading.
is pretty good. It's considering the fact that they pretty much held their original spot for their objective. Pretty
Who
nice.
needs something dangerous?
So wave
We're coming into
10.
wave 10 here with about a minute left before they break the next time barrier
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
threshold.
Got this one spare.
They're gonna be. Yeah, they're about to approach 25 minutes pretty soon.
Anyone want this? I don't need it. Who needs something dangerous?
Hey man, he says shout out to my homies, buying the third deep M14s. T- Ooh, left lane. Ooh, left lane got some little bit of things going on, but nothing too crazy like the last wave. It's always been like wave 6 and wave 9 has always been the craziest.
They had that wave 5 spawn that was scary during that first scenario, so we'll see what wave 10 can cook up here.
Oh yeah, for real. So 3 strikes on the left lane. Nothing, nothing too crazy. You have freezes and stuff like that. You have a FP and a core founder approaching right behind those
This
strikes
left
as
lane's
well.
going to get pushed here soon. There's lots of...
But they got
Yeah,
freezes.
They need the freezes to take the space.
They need
They
freezes
might have to
or...
drop another one here if they're not careful.
No, they'd be alright.
And here's the Z time. Yep.
They don't need it
It's here
now.
to bail them out.
But
They're
actually,
looking at double flesh pound right here, but Ray's looking at it, so it's as good as dead.
pretty much.
It's gone.
Left lane is safe. Mid lane is safe. Right lane is not even a problem. So all lanes are pretty much covered during the process. So no issue so far. However, there is a 3 FP towards the mid lane where Ren is looking at. So I'm not sure if he's gonna flash it or he's gonna like take out one at a time. Okay, nice.
There's the flash and Coco here to help.
Nice.
Got the Z time to clean up. Anything else? We're looking at multiple quarter pounds and scrakes on this main lane.
Oh yeah. Well, we can see there's an MP on the left lane. I think I've been seeing left lane a lot more often throughout this whole match. Like left lane this, left lane that, left lane this, left
It's
lane
all
that.
been there.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Here
like,
it is again. I mean, another triple large. So
and then you have like a couple stragglers in the mid lane with strakes and stuff.
and Ren's been doing a really good job. Might not have been able to call a whole bunch of attention to it, but SWAT does not really have the same DPS potential the other perks do. And the fact that he's able to hold that lane so well by himself is really a testament to how well he's doing.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like, yeah, nothing's happening in this lane because the SWAT is handling everything so perfectly in that lane. Like he doesn't
It's
need.
not an easy task at all. It takes a lot of practice.
It does, especially shooting something from afar away with the nail gun. That's actually pretty hard to do. But speaking of larges, he does have 1 QP and 1 core pounder, but it's like 4 or 5 strikes down in these
Ooh.
mid section right here.
Left lane's looking at some scary spawns. It could become a problem here if they don't deal with them quickly. Hopefully they have the Z time.
Yeah. Ooh, left side. Left lane's about to get bombarded with a whole bunch of FPs.
And they drop like flies. It's over before it even started. Let's see, we got a few Zeds here that are going to have to hunt down. Not sure I see any Scrakes being particularly mean, though. We'll be able to preserve this time bonus.
Ooh,
Alright, let's see how this boss wave goes.
Wave 10. All right, we need to like move to the
Yeah, as soon as the wave starts, I say we can move into the war room and we'll catch how they handle the comms for this final wave, since the first boss gave them so much trouble.
Exactly.
Well, boss
And,
is.
yeah, that was a missed opportunity for us. We were so invested, like, oh. But yeah, once everyone's ready, we'll be moving on
Got
to
this
the
one
war room.
spare. Reloading.
sound off. How are we all doing?
Who needs something dangerous? I'm good.
Got a spare weapon.
Looks like they're utilizing some spawn manipulation here to try to get the boss to spawn in a favorable position.
You good?
So why don't we head over to the war room and we'll see how this wave sorts out for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just so hot. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
I'll fix you.
Now, 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 now.
Oh, shit.
Okay, wait 10
Okay,
seconds.
do it again, do it again, do it again.
Wait
Quarterfinal
10
behind you.
seconds, yeah, wait 10 seconds.
Okay. Now, now.
Very pissed off.
No,
Okay, do it again.
number wasn't on.
Okay.
Hereby pronounce you healed.
Again, now. Perfect.
Hit him.
What?
Knock him out, knock him out.
He's a fucking troll.
You alright? You alright?
Now.
What is happening?
Kill me. Right, wait. No, not right now. Now.
There we go.
There we
Fucking
go.
Finally, jeez.
Emo, what a bitch.
Let's go.
What a mongrel.
Off the
Okay.
cliff.
Nice guess.
I love gaming. Just kidding. Team sucks.
Dude.
Have fun in the interview, Rin.
Dude, we got
Oh,
4.
yeah. Okay.
We got 4-6-6-5.
Yeah.
What
Oh,
gaming?
okay. That's actually like
Game.
insanely good for this round because the time bonus is lower.
Who's
Yep.
interviewing?
If
Think
that's
we can go
okay.
me and
Ren.
Ray.
God, my.
Unless Ray wants to go.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as we can see, they utilized a very different strategy that time around and went for a slightly cheesier kill.
Yeah.
Took him a few attempts to get it to work, but a
well-
12 HP fakes King Flesh Pound falling off the edge, pretty fast.
Do we have time for an interview?
So here's my take on it. We do have time for the interview. That's not the issue. For me, it's mostly about we didn't do interview for the other teams, so I know that like the teams want to do it, kind of thing. So it's just like for fairness' sake. I don't know. But I'm open to whatever.
I mean, if the other teams are available for a post game interview, then we can possibly do it. But
I don't
I'm
like the
not
idea
sure.
of that.
I don't. I mean,
yeah.
that's like. I
That
mean,
would
if you
probably
want,
take too long.
I mean, if you want to make it fair and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like either if
Yeah, but
everyone does it or nobody does it.
yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm getting at.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Do you want us to just say that we're going to skip the interview because OFF didn't get a chance to?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
solid performance on the, on the VTubers. They utilize a rocket launcher on the gunslinger. They'll probably use them, knock them down. Skill tree set on level 20, which is underutilized in most circumstances because it's quote unquote it's not really optimal to use it, but you could pull some dang shit with it. I mean, as demonstrated with the rocket launchers, all they have to do is shoot the feet and it'll just fall forward off the cliff and it'll just die immediately. Which it was actually, this is something that we were hoping for from the last match, but the Hans was actually this top notch as well. But nonetheless, though, VTubers did a really excellent job, and I didn't really see the points of what they accumulated, but it was like more than double, right? It was like over.
it was a lot of points. I can look in my
Yeah.
the last
I think it was like
one.
near
Nomadic is a
1,000,
beefy
10,000.
bonus.
They got 32 something on the first one, and then they got 46.65 on the second one. So
Oh, was that?
VTubers absolutely
Very impressive.
won that one
Yeah,
fairly decisively. That was an insane performance as well.
it was such a same point. Really wonderfully done.
Hmm.
They've pulled both matches, scenario A, scenario B, with no medic, flawlessly, and they've they've achieved with over nearly 8,000 points. Am I correct on that? Or if over?
It would be it would be like 7,800 ish.
Okay. Yeah, without
Yeah.
doing the calculation.
Yeah, like without running the numbers, it's probably 79 something. I'm assuming.
Okay.
Just like off my napkin mathematics.
I gotta see the numbers so I can like do the thing, but based on what we're hearing, yeah, it shows. VTuber won the deciding match with over the differences of 4,000 points or more. Well
Yeah.
done, VTuber. Congratulations. And you'll be moving on to the winners semifinals.
Next week.
And as we mentioned before, OFF is down but not out. They make it to the losers bracket, correct? So
Yeah.
they do have a chance to come back even after this loss. So everybody is still in it. There is nobody's down for the count yet.
Yeah, nobody's
Yeah.
out yet. And the thing is that the way we have our brackets set up, you can still make a comeback even if you go into losers quarters. Like if you go into the losers bracket, you can win the entirety of the losers bracket, and then after the losers final, you will meet
The winner of
team
the
that won the
losers
winners finals.
bracket gets to gets a chance at redemption. So
I'm looking at the bracket right now, and it actually top. Your team is facing VTubers next week. It looks like.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. That should be a spicy match.
I'm excited to see it.
We've been at each other's, our scores have been at each other's throats for a few weeks now, going back and forth, trading. I think they beat us by 46 points the one week, and then
that was
pulled out some crazy strats last week. So,
that was in
or
Thrills, I think. They beat you by just a little bit.
Yep.
You got like
just a little bit.
You got
they got a little bit of time
39.
bonus, but we didn't have any deaths, and they did. So
yeah, the way I remember it, your team got 3,900 and they got 3,942, which is so neck and neck that it's not even funny. But yeah, with that, we'll be going to the ending screen, and we'll be I think we'll be raiding over to, I think Tamari is doing a match right now, actually.
Yeah. Where are they at right now?
They're doing soft throw. It looks like soft throw incorporated.
everybody's right next to each other today, huh?
Yeah,
Everybody's trying to cram in the most time they can for practice.
Dude, it's like
Things are starting to get tight.
We had the OFF match, and then immediately, like 2 hours after that, was VTubers Here Now. And while we've been doing that, Tamari has been doing the same thing, but like an hour pushed.
Yeah, no thanks. This was enough for me. Just having these two
crazy.
matches back to back, I'm like.
Well, you're gonna be playing it next week.
Killing
so.
floor matches.
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Get ready to play it instead of just watching it. I feel like that's gonna be
I'm
more
not
draining.
playing. It feels less stressful sometimes.
Yeah, because you're not really like thinking about like.
I just kind of flow state when I play KF2.
Yeah, you're just focusing on like what's in front of you and stuff instead of
No
like
thought head
being a
into.
commentator. Then you're just trying to catch every detail.
Catch
It's like,
everything that goes on. Yeah, I was trying to mark as many Zeds as I could while also paying attention to how they were actually killing them.
Hey, I'm just like, jeez.
Yeah, like
Everything
it's
was
hard.
happening so
The whole
fast.
commentary thing is no joke.
Yeah, for real.
But it's so much fun too, in my opinion at least. I almost feel like commentating the matches is actually more fun than playing them.
Them playing in them, yeah.
I feel like, for me, I feel like, yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like commentating is more fun because you can actually like say some things that's kind of like sort of relate to it or hype it up as much as possible.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a different take on it, right? It's a different way to interact with the game.
Pretty much.
But yeah,
So,
thank you all for coming out, friends. Thank you too for commentating here with me today.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure. An absolute
Yeah.
pleasure of a match to watch as well.
Oh yeah, that was wild. Yeah,
I'm actually gonna get something to eat.
do it. You should get something to eat. Don't starve
Like-
yourself.
Like I literally just hopped in, and I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go. And then the moments afterwards, oh my god, I forgot to eat. This is 4 hours.
Yeah. All right, friends. I'll be taking you guys to the ending stream. Oh, ending screen. I can't speak today. It's a good thing I wasn't on commentary. Huh?
Stumbling over words is
Dude,
it's the hardest part.
It is.
The first match really got me. I mean, the first team really got me. I was like, all right, this is all good. And then the second one was like, I'm brain dead. I'm trying to keep the hype that's going on. I'm like, no, I'm dead, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't do 2 in a row next week.
Well, I was trying to get you off.
I know. I'd be stumbling over my words instead of you. But yeah, ending screen. Thank you all for coming out. It's been a pleasure having you. Bye bye.
See you later.
Peace.